Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a month since the last video and I sincerely apologize, but I recently just started a new job and a great job that's gonna further my creative endeavors and eventually lead to my ultimate scheme, which some of you may know, Star Wars. But yeah, so I'm taking steps in the right direction. But anyways, I thought today I'd do a little, Saadelive, probably not little, but a Saadelive, just about how things are going with the brand, what's been going on, catching y'all up. Yeah. And I'm in my mother's office right now, so I don't know if my background is different. Hopefully it is. Hopefully I figured that out, but we'll see. I always do, somehow, I think. Anyways, so there's mainly what I want to talk about right now is Dave Filoni's future plans for Star Wars and stuff that's going on in the future, because I'm very well beginning to hit the phase where, in the next 4 years, I should be in there in some way, or at the very least be in the Walt Disney Company within the next 4 years. And this is gonna start to become partially my responsibility. Not that I'll really be able to do anything at the very start, but I'll be part of it soon, part of the machine soon. And so this stuff is a lot more important to me, and I'm going to be a lot more professional about what I'm saying. Not that I'm telling you the truth, I always do, but just a little bit more honest, professional, and less just emotional about the stuff that I'm saying. That way it doesn't sound like I'm, a maniac. But anyways, so Dave Filoni is basically, from what I'm hearing from insiders, is that he's really trying to focus things to the New Republic era specifically, and that he's trying to basically make all of these different projects under his vision and his supervision. And he's gonna finish off this whole New Republic era. And then once that's done, he's going to move to after episode 9 and, starting with Star Wars Starfighter, which, from what I've heard, is the next big Star Wars movie, like the beginning of the next chapter in the saga, in the story, in the galaxy. In a brand new part of the timeline with brand new characters and new things going on, and that's the start. It's the beginning. And then after that, they're going to do a ton of stuff in that time frame. So it's not going to be as all over the place as it was under Kathy, where you'd have like Obi-Wan, and then you'd have like Bad Batch, and then you'd have, I don't know, what, Book of Boba, and it jumps all over the place. I know Obi-Wan and Andor were they're at least in the same era, but like Kathy's stuff, she just did a project here, a project there, a project here, a project there, and it all felt incoherent and weird and messy, because that was her vision. She wanted everything to be different, and well, that's great. You also need consistency. You're in a franchise. This is not a little, fuck around and find out kind of deal. That's not what this is. And they paid the price for that very badly, which leads to my next thing. Mando and Grogu. I really enjoyed the film. I really did. I really liked it, and because I'm very intellectual. A lot of the people, my friends, a lot of the people I know, very intellectual. We knew from the trailers, we knew going forward that this was not going to be some crazy thing. It was very clear. I mean, we went through 3 trailers, and that was so abundantly clear that this is just a fun adventure to try to hype people up for Star Wars going forward. And I guess a lot of people didn't understand that, or that wasn't stated clear enough, which I think it was. I think Jon Favreau stated that very clear. And people just were expecting Revenge of the Sith. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, in what world would this film, this action adventure flick with Mando and Grogu, be some crazy big deal? Like, I don't know why people were expecting that. I understand maybe wanting that and wishing for that, but expecting it is crazy. That's like, there was no, like, that's just kind of, that's interesting. You know, I'm really interested to see how someone could possibly expect that from that film. But anyways, it absolutely bombed. It absolutely bombed in the box office. It bombed worse than Solo. But since Kathy's gone, you know, Dave's not going to be like, all right, no more Star Wars movies. He's going to keep going until something sticks, which is what needs to happen. Because if he just stops, Star Wars is dead. If we stop having movies, Star Wars will just die. You know, that's, Star Wars is made for the cinema, and if you take Star Wars out of the cinema, Star Wars is done. It will slowly fade away like Star Trek. Like, that just cannot happen in any way, which it is not. And Lucasfilm knew, again, from what I've heard, they knew that this movie wasn't going to perform very well. And I remember I told you guys on this channel a while back, I said they're very concerned. I was concerned because I was like, people aren't hyped, no one's going to see it. And that is exactly what happened. You know, it's unfortunate, and it's just another kind of more bad press for Star Wars that we really don't need right now, because there's a lot of people who just go off whatever the news and the media is saying, and they're all going to run away if the media says something isn't good. So, and that's all you see about Mando and Grogu is bomb, bomb, bomb. It's making lower than Solo, and so it's like, yeah. But it's true. That's really not good. You know, sure, it made its production budget back, but you have to nearly double that budget for marketing and other expenses. And they need to make nearly double that budget back for it to profit. And at least from what I haven't checked up on, actually, let me check up on it right now. I think it's just done. I think it's cooked. I think it was a complete fucking failure. Let me see. What the fuck? Why did Gemini just go away? What the hell? Come back, bitch. Oh god, yeah, it's cooked. From P&A. Oh Jesus, yeah, this movie's gone. Yeah, so it grossed $336.2 million, which is terrible. And for a Star Wars movie, that's abysmal fuck ass shit. And it needed 450 to 500 million just to break even, after factoring in P&A. Yeah, that's horrible. That is actually, like, really bad. That's way worse than I thought, to be honest with you. Fuck. I mean, but I could tell when I was trying to buy tickets, that's the opposite of what I'm about to say. When I was looking at tickets, I mean, it was just empty. Like, look at Spider-Man right now. Let's see how much that already made at the fucking box office. I'm sure that's already swept. Holy shit. $40 million in pre-sale. Weeks in advance. and they're expecting 250 million in one weekend. That, my friends, is what Star Wars should have. However, no, not when you have ideas and concepts that people aren't wanting. You know, again, I liked it, and I'd be down for something like that once in a very blue moon, but I guess most people are not. 'Cause I mean, fuck. You just compare the two, and it's like, fucking hell. That's terrible. Yeah, like Force Awakens made 2.07 billion. That is the amount of hype and influence Star Wars had after George had the company. And then you look at Mando and Grogu, which I don't think it's fair to compare a film with, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford and Carrie and all that. I mean, Mark was in it for 3 seconds, but, they made it, hyped it up like he was going to be in it more. And, it was the first in the new trilogy, and it was episode 7. So I don't know if it's fair to compare, but still, it should at least make 500 million at the least. And that's still bad for Star Wars, but, like, it's reasonable for the kind of movie it is. But, I mean, damn, when you look at the two next to each other, it's like... So, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Mando's just kind of done now. Because people are clearly not interested. They don't give a shit. Unless they do something crazy with season 4, like they bring in a lot of... From what I've gathered, people really like when older characters are brought back, or when, there's a lot of visual spectacle, or like those are the kinds of things people want from Mando, and having it more intertwined with the main story with Ahsoka and all of that. So if they were to do that, which is what they were gonna do, and then Kathy said, we want to make a movie, and then I think Dave said, don't connect it to anything. So John literally has all the scripts for season 4. He scrapped all that shit, and he's just started from scratch, rushed it out, and then that's what came out. And Dave did the right thing ultimately, because he needed to course correct, and John's script was still made for under Kathy's leadership, which is bad. And he was like, no, wait, hold. We'll take a little hit here, and then we'll make all our money back through, Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 and Ahsoka Season 2, which both are going to be incredible from what I've heard, and which is surprising because Ahsoka Season 1 was pretty weak, but I guess Season 2 is going to be really crazy and, like, really shake things up. And then Starfighter, I don't know much about how it's perceived yet, or what's going on there. It's pretty kept on the down low, but that'll just be crazy because it's just a very different thing, and I'm trying to get to D23 so I can maybe see footage of it. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere anyways, because that's just how I am. But I will definitely try to maybe go to D23 this year, so I can be boots on the ground. Yeah, because they already shared some footage at, I think, was it in Europe? Let me see. Cine Europe, yeah. Oh, and Barcelona. I love Barcelona. It's a cool city. One of my favorites in the world, actually. Yeah, okay, so they did show some of it. I'm surprised I just haven't been looking. Oh god, I'm sure it's Disney is fucking let's look, shall we? It's time. Like, what the fuck? None of my people, I'm going through all my folks who usually give me all this shit. No one has anything. How is that possible? How is that possible? I don't know, but I'm very curious about Starfighter because that's such a just rant. It feels so like just mysterious and unknown. Like it's so new and like I don't know what to prepare myself for. I don't know what the fuck this is. So I'm really just scrounging for anything. We do know there's a lightsaber fight, and we do know there are Force users. At least we have that kind of in the air. But yeah, I don't know fucking shit about this film outside of that's really what has gotten me excited for it. Is it's not just some new Jedi-less, their 7,000th Jedi-less, Sith-less project, Force-less project, because they're trying to be different. It's such bullshit. It's like, just fucking use that stuff. That's what makes Star Wars so different, among many other things, but that is one of the biggest pieces to, most people are lightsabers and Jedi and Sith and that kind of thing. So yeah. What else do we have? Star Wars Celebrate. Oh yeah, that's right. They announced more guests for Celebration, which I will also be going to when they fucking... That ticket situation was terrible. Did I? How long ago was my... Yeah, I probably talked about it, but that was the worst ticketing experience I've ever had in my life. And I've been to hundreds of events, and that was the single worst that I've ever gone through, and I got nothing out of it except wasted time. That was disgusting and terrible. And then, yeah, so they better figure out a way to resell tickets, or else I'm going to be fucking livid that I'm 30 minutes away from Celebration, I guess an hour, and I can't go. That will be no, that's not happening. But anyways, fuck me. Star Wars Eclipse. Quantic Dream's team went on strike because management was going to lay off 115 people. And I guess some devs were saying that Eclipse was dying and can't be complete under circumstances because they're losing the majority of their team and it's cooked. Which we fucking know. They've always said, oh yeah, it's still going, oh yeah. And then what happens? Fucking nothing. Literally nothing. They just say that, and it's been 5 years since the damn teaser. I was in middle school. Fucking middle school. It was November. I was going to watch my sister's choir concert. And I took my phone out and I saw there's a new Star Wars game, and I was so excited and I thought it looked so cool. What the fuck? Like, when the fuck did that stupid trailer come out? It looked so good too, and then they just 2021. My God. Holy fuck. That's ridiculous. Okay, I guess it was December, whatever. I was a month off, but still. That's insane. 2021. That feels like so long ago. That was like, yeah, it was 5 years ago. Like, what the hell? Like, they're just not working on it. And then they came out and they're like, it's in perfect condition, it's fine. They said that like yesterday. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're lying to us in the face. You have not done anything with this game. It's been 5 years with one teaser. You released a press kit. You were building all this hype, this new era in Star Wars you're going to make, and now you're not finishing the damn game. Just like the KOTOR remake. That's just not going to happen. They keep saying it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's done. Like, there's no way. It's, again, that one's also been like 5 years. Those two are announced around the same time. And it, like, there's no way that's coming out. I think that was going to be like a PS5. That was going to be a PS5 exclusive. I remember, because that's when everyone's like, oh my gosh, I need to get the PS5 for KOTOR remake. Yeah, well, now that'll be a PS6 fucking exclusive if that ever comes out. But that ain't coming out. Yeah, 2021. Everything, all the games announced in 2021, fucking gone. And then they did the same shit with Fate of the Old Republic. I'm like, yeah, that game will also never come out because this is what they do. They make these cool, like, little shorts, and then they never do anything with them. You know, they'll make Galactic Racer and fucking Zero Company because they can shit that out in half a second. But when it comes to actually putting a game out that will shake things up, they just aren't doing it. Like, sure, those two games are to be fun. I'm excited for Zero Company. I think that'll be great. You know, but... And Galactic Racer will be great, too. I've seen footage of both, and I'm very excited. And especially that Zero Company takes place in the Clone Wars era. That's very rare. We do never get projects in that era, so I'm stoked for that. And I will be pre-ordering. But anyways... Yeah, like, these, like, big story games, like, they've only been consistent on the Jedi games, and even now, Jedi 3 is, like, we haven't heard jack shit, and I've heard rumors that they were gonna announce it for later this year, and I'm like, we're in July, there's no way. So it's like, maybe that's also 2027, but if we don't hear anything about Jedi 3 by the end of the year, I'm gonna start to get really worried. Because we know Stig Asmussen left, and that's really not good because he was head of development. He was like the equivalency of like the director of the games, which is bad, which means they're gonna have to get someone else, and God knows if that person's good or not, right? Like, we never know. Life as a Star Wars fan, it's really fun because it's just so fucking insane. Like, every other day, there's some whack shit. You know, it's not like, well, gotta go to the comic shop and buy my comic this week. Oh, that was great. It's like, we're going through fucking economic, moral, spiritual battles constantly. In fucking... I've become a detective through this shit because of just how much is going on, and I'm like digging deep in the internet, and I have people inside that tell me shit, and it's like, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We have if you're a Star Wars Visions fan, we have the 9th Jedi that is coming out. It is a consistent series, so it's at least not like a bunch of weird random... I haven't liked Visions since season 1. I think the rest of the show's pretty buns, to be honest with you. But, maybe I'll give it a shot. To be honest, the trailer comes out tomorrow. They just did a little teaser today. I'll check out the trailer and I'll give you my thoughts online. I don't know. Because I really have not liked the last 2 seasons of Visions. Like, really can't handle it. Like, it's slop. In my opinion. Like, that's what it looks like, feels like to me. It's just like, it's like demos of these animation studios who are trying to make it big, and it's like, it doesn't feel like they put soul into it. It feels like they put thought into it, but it feels like they're just trying to flex their animation studios like abilities rather than tell a good story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it feels very much like just an advertisement, and that's when I say slop. I don't mean like it's like, I don't think there's any art that's slop. I think all art has some kind of intention behind it, but like, even the damn Last Jedi had a lot of intention behind it, you know? So it's like, that doesn't make something slop. I think what makes it slop is when it's made to like advertise or made to be a cash cow. You know, that's really what to me slop is, right? And I know people love to call Mando and Grogu slop, but I'm like, they literally knew that it wasn't gonna make shit. You know, so it's like, that's not slop, and it's very well directed, because usually slop things are not directed, they just feel like a jumble of images that are there that could be cut into little video, like, it feels like that, you know. And there's a lot of movies like that, man. It's really sad, because film has turned into, you know, a very big business, which is good for film and bad at the same time, because it means that there will be that kind of, there will be certain groups who are gonna, you know, try to use it for their own profit, and it's like, fuck off, dude. How about you make the damn movie and it makes the money back that it deserves? I think that's how it should go, but you know what, I'm too moral for that, I guess. Anyways, what else? There's so much to talk about. I knew it. I knew this was not going to be short. I was like, this is going to be not short, not little. Mainly because I haven't made a video in a month, so usually I'd just make multiple videos on what's going on, but, yeah. What the fuck is this? Star Wars fired Lantern's Damon Lindelof. He says for an idea that didn't feel necessarily that risky. That is the Protestant Reformation in Star Wars. What the fuck? Okay, let's see what he was gonna do. What we were attempting to do, my partner Justin Britt Gibson, Raina McClendon, and I, was to have this conversation in the movie, which is to say, there is a force of nostalgia and there is a force of revision, and they are at odds with one another. What the fuck? Let's do the Protestant Reformation inside Star Wars. It didn't work. The conversation that the fandom is having without winking and looking at the audience, that didn't feel necessarily that risky. What the hell? There's a force of nostalgia and there's a force of like, this is what I'm saying. Like, Kathy didn't care what people did with Star Wars. She did not give a shit. Because you have to be a maniac to have someone like this come in there and you go, oh yeah, this guy knows Star Wars. Because I guarantee you, from this alone, whatever he said about Star Wars before was nothing to be excited about. Like, this This is retarded. I'm gonna be honest. This is just fucking retarded. That's retarded. Oh my god. I'm so glad that didn't happen. So you know what? Kudos to Lucasfilm for cutting that shit. Because that's stupid. That is terrible. That's a solid, like, -0 out of 10 fucking Protestant bullshit. Protestant revolution in Star Wars. You know, it's shitty enough that it happened in real life, and then now you gotta fucking do it in Star Wars. My god. Holy. Fucking terrible. Oh, these people are so fucking retarded sometimes. I swear. These snobby ass filmmakers. I'm a filmmaker. I make cinema. Like, shut the fuck up. You just shut the fuck up. You're not better, Mr. I'm doing the Protestant revolution in Star Wars. Like, shut the fuck up, stupid fuck. Go work for Daniel Katz and Berg at fucking A24 and Warner Bros. Like, no one wants you or your ass over here, bro. Lucasfilm is not your weird bullshit. Sex, porn, drug-packed movies, bro. Like, go away. Fucking retards. Anyways, and not to diss Warner Bros. It's not really Warner Bros. They don't really approve that shit anymore. From what I need to make sure. Oh, yeah, they kind of do. Wuthering Heights, nah. Yeah, there's kind of some goy slop that they've been. Yeah, no, never mind. Love Warner Bros. In a way, kind of, but, you know, they kind of are the biggest contributors to goy slop that there is. Oof. And yeah, but fuck, bro. Anyways. Oof. Oh yeah, they said Ahsoka Season 2 will release in 2027. Great. Cool, man. Oh yeah, Marsha Lucas passed. That was really sad. I remember. And Tom Kane also passed. I might have talked about that already, but yeah, I was like, damn, bro. We lost 2 goats like that. Just both gone. Oh, I know what I can talk. I went on the Mando and Grogu version of Smuggler's Run. And I'm not going to sit here and hate it. And I'm not going to sit here and glaze it. I'm going to give you an honest review. So, conceptually, way better. Way better. You're getting to go choose your planet. It's a different mission every time. There's different paths within the different planets. That is amazing. And I love the variety. I love that. I love the opening on Tatooine. Is great. It's straightforward. It makes sense. The premise is kind of funny because the whole reason you don't capture all 3 ships on Tatooine is because Grogu's a retard and he shoots missiles at the ships at the wrong time. And then they all fly in different directions, and then you can only get one of them. So I thought that was funny and on character for who Grogu is. Anyways, without further ado. So, I went to all 3. I rode that ride like, I think, 6 times that day. Just in single rider. I just went on it 6 times. And we got to all 3 planets. Because me and my friend, we were engineers. So, Coruscant was crazy. That one, when you exit hyperspace, I was like, holy shit, I'm in Attack of the Clones. This is insane. And then it just turns, you do a piece of the Zam chase, which I thought was cool. I think, yeah, through the, like, tunnel thing, I was like, oh, damn. But it just felt like a video game. I don't know what it was, but it didn't feel authentic like the previous mission did. The previous mission felt very real. And this one felt very much like a game. And there were all these just unrealistic, weird things like magnetizing these weird crates. And then your blasters were like these weird laser plasma things. Like, you know that the end of the Magna Guard staffs? It's like the electro staff, you know? Like, it was like shooting that shit out. Instead of real, like, Tabana gas. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? Like, that stuff kind of threw me off. And then right when it gets really good, you're starting to go in the underworld, and the Imperial ship is there. And it's crazy, and you're like flying, and you capture this guy, and your ship spins, and you get up, and then all these X-Wings come in, and you're like, oh shit, we're in a fight with the X-Wings. You're gone. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to fight with the X-Wings. You'd blink. If you blink, you'll miss the X-Wings because you're gone. And that's the next thing I'll talk about is the hyperspace change. Terrible. It looks way better, sure, but you get about 1 second to pull that lever before it just does it for you. Like, they gotta chill. They gotta fucking chill on that. And you jump through fucking planet. Like, you don't go into space, then jump, or make sure the atmosphere's clear, then jump. You just jump through shit. You just jump. You just go. It's like the chance of you not hitting anything is 0. Like, that's unrealistic and takes me out of it. So I don't like that either. Then we have Bespin. This one's cool, but it also has problems. You first jump in and you see Cloud City and you're like, holy shit, I am piloting the Millennium Falcon to Cloud City. This is the coolest thing of my life. And then what happens? It becomes a damn video game. And there's no clear path because they're trying to make it really open and like, oh, you could do whatever you want. But when you have idiot pilots who don't know what they're doing, when you have children piloting who are not good and they shouldn't be allowed to pilot, in my opinion, because they're fucking terrible and they ruin the experience for everyone. You don't get really anywhere. You just end up on the outskirts of the city the whole time and then the mission's done, right? And it's like, well, I wanted to explore more. Well, you have to have competent pilots or that ain't happening. So that's kind of a dependent thing. And I don't even remember, like, much of the mechanics of that mission. All I remember is you magnetize crates, too. It's like this new job. I think it's weapons. It's like stolen Imperial weapons, which is cool. It's a cool concept. And that makes more sense. Like a tractor beam kind of thing. But they did it weird, and there's this weird, like, sci-fi looking pulse animation that draws it in. Hate that. Fucking despise that. That's not very Star Wars-y. Tractor beams don't have any kind of look, and if it does, it needs to be very slight. But yeah, I didn't like that very much. So that was that. And then my favorite one, which I thought was going to be my least favorite one, was the Death Star debris over Endor. That was my favorite one. It was the most straightforward. It felt the most like the original one, but set, you know, in the original to New Republic timeline. You know, the more Georgie side of things. And I was like, this is cool. Because, I mean, it's like the creepiest vibe. And then you also have like these TIE fighters. Like, it's very haunting. It's very scary. It's cool. That one is really well done. That one, I will say, they did a great job. And then you go and you see the big, like, obviously it's fantasized for the ride, but like you see like the big super laser there. And you're like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. You know, it's like, that was really cool. That was badass. I love that one. That one, I say, is worthy of the change. And I think Bespin could be too if they, if you have good enough pilots. But again, it shouldn't depend on how good your pilots are for you having a good experience. And then Coruscant is just, they need to, like, I was thinking when you're going to Coruscant, like, you'll pass, like, the old Imperial Palace, and then you'll go by the Senate building, and then you'll go to the underworld. Like, that would have been a pinnacle Coruscant experience, but you don't. You're in the area of Episode 2 for a little bit, which is cool, and then you veer off, and then it's just nothingness but lights and cars, lights and speeders, and then I think the electro thing that happens to Obi-Wan and Anakin happens to you, which that was cool. Then after that, it's just, I don't know, it's just like really, it's too chaotic. And I don't know, there's just something weird, there's something not real about that one. It just doesn't feel real. Whereas the Bespin one does. I will say, that one does feel real. It's just, it feels kind of flat. That's what it is. It's like, feels flat, rushed. But again, I don't, like, strongly dislike any of them. I just think that they could be better and that they could change them going forward. Not that they probably will, but they could. So that's my thoughts on that. I like the change. I think it's a better alternative than having one same mission every damn time for a ride that could be anything. When it's a screen ride, you should do the most you can do with the screen because it's a screen and not anything else. But yeah, I'm not like, 10 out of 10. That would be insane and wrong. I almost wish they kept the Corellia one, but made it Imperial instead of First Order, because that's a timeless thing. It doesn't matter where. People are always hunting for coaxium. That's not something that just went away. And had that as another option, I don't know, but because that one was really well done, and that's what I didn't understand, why people didn't like it. I thought that one was phenomenal, and felt super in-world, and just, it was fucking great. It was great, and it was so realistic within the Star Wars universe. Like, it just worked so well. It just sucked that it was in the damn sequel trilogy, but, now we don't have to worry about the sequels anymore. I don't know. I hope they put a little more time into maybe updating those in the future, but I do, yeah, I like it. It's good, The only other thing is, I think Grogu needs to shut the fuck up, per usual, but, like, it's really fucking obnoxious. I'm out here, I'm one of the best pilots in the fucking galaxy. I'm piloting this ship, and this stupid fuck won't stop blabbering, and I need to lock in because there's no path. I have no idea where I'm going, and this stupid fuck keeps going, yeah, 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 yeah. And then Din keeps having to shut him up because Din's like, you're annoying as fuck, shut up, bitch. And then, like, I have to pilot, and then, my engineers, there's a new Grogu button. You can click it and you can see Grogu on the crest. And Grogu's being like, it's like, shut the fuck up, you green ape, you dumbass, shut up. You're not doing anything. You got us in this predicament. You stupid fuck. But yeah, I think a little less Grogu as well. He's kind of annoying. For the kind of position, especially Coruscant, I'm about to fucking die. And this stupid thing is sitting there like, like, shut up, bro. You got us in this situation. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear your, I don't want to hear it. Stupid fuck. Anyways. Yeah, I like the changes. Not 10 out of 10. But I do like it. I like it. I'm not against it. And I think it was the better decision overall. I just wish they spent a little more time on them instead of, they need to come out at the same time as the movie, because then if they go on the ride, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I gotta see the movie. And if they saw the movie, then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I gotta go on the ride. It's like, no, dude. Stop. Stop it. Get some help. Anyways, that's that. As for the rest of Galaxy's Edge changes, I think they're great. I love the music. I love Vader. He's really cool addition. Luke, Han, Leia, all that jazz. Awesome. What's it called? It's Batu something. Black Spire Supplies? The clone shop. The clone-owned shop. The clone-owned business. Black Spire Supplies, whatever the fuck. That one. At first, because they weren't done yet. And I thought they weren't totally done yet. And I was like, wow, this is a fucking joke that this is the new. But now it's finished. And it is bad. It is so awesome, dude. It's so cool in there. There's all these helmets from like all the old eras, and there's like shields and blasters and stormtrooper armor, clone trooper armor. There's a separatist flag in there. There's like it's awesome. They did that is a 10 out of 10. They blew that shop away. That was awesome. And now Doc Ondar's has a very tribal vibe to it, because I know that sounds weird, but it does. It feels like very old world, very tribal, native, in there now, which I think Doc's kind of mogged before, and now it's kind of like, but that's the thing. When you go back in time, then something that had stuff from back in time has to go even further back in time for it to make sense. So it had to happen. Still cool. It's Doc Ondar's. It's cool. They sell Funkos in there now, which I thought was weird. I was like, what the fuck? But why not? Still probably the best store in the fucking Disney parks, anything. I don't think it even comes close. I mean, that's just crazy. They have a full-ass animatronic in there. Like, what the hell? What other store has a full-ass, like, moving animatronic with 10,000 blasters, creature heads, a full-scale Wampa, a thing of lightsabers for you to buy, and holocrons and helmet? Like, what the hell? That's just the coolest thing ever. Oh yeah, I love the new chicken there. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it's still there, but it was out around Season of the Force, and it was it was the what's the fucking chicken called? Oh my god, what is wrong with it? It's 1:03 a.m. right now, you guys, and I've been working like a fucking horse lately. Damn chicken. Tip-yip? Fried tip-yip? That's the one I always get there. But it's different, and it was like for Mando and Grogu, and it had like, let me show you. Goddamn. Bear with me, okay? Just please bear with me. It's different now, and it's way better. It's way better. Okay, trust. Oh shit. I put Doc on. Oh my god, I'm tripping balls. I'm out of it right now. Holy shit. Docking Bay 7. Oh yeah, here we go. So it's like, it used to be like the tiny ass bit of mac and cheese, and then the one piece of chicken and the broccoli. So the new one was like bigger noodles. There was a lot more noodles, and then there was this different kind of cheese on it, and then they had a bigger piece of chicken, and they had like some bacon, I think bacon bits and some kind of ham. I don't know, but it was great. It was really good. I was like, damn, this is good. But fuck whatever chili sauce. That chili sauce is ass. It is ass. If you want to ruin that good ass meal, put the chili sauce on. But if you don't want to ruin the meal, don't have the chili sauce. That damn chili sauce is fucking horrible. It ruins everything. And it comes in this little, eyedropper thing, and you're like, oh my gosh, fucking throw that shit away. You know what? Take that shit, throw it across, and just hope it hits fucking Carbonite Han Solo in the face. Like, that shit, you don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. It's bad. And then they have the damn sandwich from Mando and Grogu, too. With, like, blue onions in it. Like, I was like, oh, hell no. No way. Like, that's goy slop. Like, I can't be eating that. That's gonna kill me. Just with, like, the fucking... Ugh, the food coloring and I was like, nah. Oof. Ugh. It's so gross, dude. So fucking gross looking. It's so gross looking. Oh no. Oh, it's disgusting. How do you eat that shit? Yeah, it's called the Bounty Bun with spiced beef and pork for $16. And it's the most sad, dry patty I've ever seen in my life. With like nacho cheese and blue onions. Like, like I get what we're going for, but if you're gonna do that, like, let's try to get... Like, this is horrible. Hold on. Isn't there some, like... Yeah, that's fucking horrible. Look up... I could... Fuck me. That is horrible. That is, like, that's not meat, bro. That is not meat. I'm just looking at this right now. Alright, you know what? Watch this. Like, that is just fucking disgusting. Like, that's not meat. That's bread. That's, like, bread, flavored bread. Like, we can't be... Disney, yo. Like, I love you to death, but what the hell? Anyways, I thought you needed to see that, because Oiga Vault is that horrible. That is an offense to the world. My God. Go away, please. That disgusting shit needs to die. They also have this new stir fry thing that looks hella good, too. So they got some new food there that I actually like. Which is cool. And they started this new stupid $59 ticket for the evening, which at first I was like, oh, of course, the moment Bob Iger is not CEO anymore, we're getting deals and this and that. And then I thought about it again, and I'm like, oh shit, this is bad. Because that means that we're going to be introducing a whole new slew of people into the park when it's supposed to be chill. Because at night was when you could go, like, goon around everywhere and, like, just be stupid. Not obnoxious, but, like, go on, like, Winnie the Pooh and, like, be hallucinating because you're so tired. And, then you'd walk around Batu and it's, like, empty and you can take badass pictures. And, like, that was Disneyland at night. I lived there at night all of last year because I had school. So then I'd have to be there in the evening, or I'd have work. Then I'd go after work, and that was the time. That was it. And those days will be returning soon once my pass isn't blocked out and I renew that shit. Because having a Disneyland pass is the coolest thing ever. People will try to tell you it's not. People will try to tell you it's too much. If you are an ultra creative person, you love to be creatively inspired, You love Star Wars, you love Indiana Jones, you love Avengers, you love OG Disney, you are missing out, my friend. It's so worth the $600. It's so worth it. And even if you only go for a couple hours on a weekday like I did when I had it, I went a few times for the whole day, but not very much. It's so worth it. Because when there's a new ride, right, you can just go. When there's new merch, you can just go get it. And it's a flex. You know, it's cool. It's not everyone has one of those because it's so damn expensive. You know, I know people will call me a good goy for that, but not gonna lie, oh sure, bro. But that's my peak goy slop. Peak goy slop. But it's not really. I think Disneyland's it's too underappreciated in that realm. I think it's very, the prices and all of that side of thing, the business side of Disneyland is goyim. That's like they treat you like you're a dog. But in terms of like the creativity in there and the technical spectacle and just artistic mastery that goes into that park is so beyond anything you could possibly imagine. I mean, the best of the best are at Disneyland, at Disney Imagineering, working their ass off for you. That is just true. I mean, it's so phenomenal, the things that they've done, the things that they're doing. They have some of the best projection technology I've ever seen in my entire life with their new Shadows of Memory show on the Batu Spires. Game changing. That's one of their biggest achievements as of late. And then the new Millennium Falcon stuff has brand new chips, brand new graphics, brand new visuals, brand new system. Like, it's a whole redo. And like they're phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal over there. And I hope to join the squad at some point. Through Lucasfilm, or I don't know, maybe I'll end up being in Disney parks mainly. I don't know. I think Lucasfilm, yeah, it's gonna be Lucasfilm, and then I'll bleed into the other things too. But yeah. Wow, I'm gonna have a cool future probably. Unless the world doesn't collapse into civil war or something at that point, but I don't think it will. I think we'll be okay. I think that's all just over dramatized shit on social media. But I'm looking forward to, making Star Wars shit. And that's the thing, is I'm not doing it to have my name on it. I'm doing it because I get to make Star Wars. It's kind of selfish, but I get to make Star Wars, dude. You know how cool that is? What do you do for work? Oh, I make Star Wars. What do you do for work? Oh, I made the new, projection show at Disneyland. Like, is that not aura? That's like plus 1,000. What do you do for work? Oh, yeah, I'm the CEO of Lucasfilm Limited. The fuck? That's crazy. That's like some conspiracy theorists will start going after you for that shit. Oh, he's an Epstein associate. That's why he's there. It's like, yeah, well, that is true for almost every other major corpo. Lucasfilm Limited, that's not true. It's actually extremely not that way. And that's why I love Star Wars so much, is it's so outside of Hollywood and it's slime that, like, it's just normal ass people there. Even the ones who are stupid and don't know what they're doing, they are normal ass people. They're not these elite Hollywood people who like eat kids. That's what Star Wars is free of, and that's why I love it. And that's why it's my favorite thing. Because it's like, it's still pure. It's somehow remained pure after all this time. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. You know, Kathleen Kennedy probably has eaten kids. Maybe. But I can't even, I'm not too sure with her. Maybe not. I don't know. She's definitely in some weird she's very Hollywood. But no one else there is really that Hollywoody, to be honest. They're all just like Dave Filoni. He literally has just done he's Star Wars man. You know, like Matthew Wood, John Knoll. You know, they're all just normal people. Like me, like you. You know, they haven't sold their souls to the devil. You know, like they're just G's. They're goats. And that's why I want to work with them. Because, like, they're still human. They're not obsessed and deranged from politics and fucking, you know, like they're just doing their thing, you know? So I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, I'm on my way there. Just give it time. Just give it time. And I'm not saying that to be a LARPer. I'm being dead ass. Just give it time. And the only way that were to not happen is if it is Epstein Diddy cult. That is quite literally the only way that wouldn't happen. Literally. Is if they're against free speech and they're against and they're pro, you know, Epstein Diddy cult and all that shit. And if that's the case, then I will expose it to the entire world. So it's a win-win. It's like 6, 7, you know, I don't know. Anyways, I'm excited. It's going to be cool. Leave a like, subscribe, share. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully soon, but you know, I'm always around, so I'll see you guys around. May the force be with you always. Goodbye and good night.